This last segment's called Unpopular Opinions.
Okay.
So I'm going to share an unpopular opinion, and then you have to tell me on a scale of 0 to 5 how strongly you agree with it. So if you completely disagree, it's a 0. if you agree completely, it's a 5.
Okay.
And then tell me a little bit of an explanation of why.
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. Unpopular opinions. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Number 1. Who you know is more important than what you know. 0 to 5.
Oh. Who you know is more important than what you know. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would say like a 3.5.
Okay.
Because I do agree, but there's it's like anything. It's hard with yes or no's because there's got to be a degree of knowledge too, right? If you're a total idiot, then you're not going to know anyone important because they're not going to give you any time, right? So it's like definitely more important, but you need a baseline of knowledge, right?
Sure. Got to have like
you got to
base competency.
Yeah, because people only want to spend time with other great people.
Right.
So if you're stupid, you ain't gonna have any friends that are worth knowing.
It's like even if you
no.
even if you get in the door, it's like you're not going to stay in the room that long.
Well, you see the people. There's always one person at like an event or in a room, and they're asking a question, and you're like, "What is this? What are you thinking?" Right?
Yep. Okay. Number 2, your physical health is an indicator of your personal discipline.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 4.5. I came from fitness, right? So 100%. But there's also like, I think the reason it's not a 5 is I do think there's times in your life where you go through phases, right? Like I've been super fit and I've been crazy obsessed with it. And I'm probably the least fit I've ever been in my life right now. Yeah. But I'm more crazy obsessed with my business than ever, right? Yeah. And my discipline with my business and life is unmatched, but my fitness is that. So it's like it's yes or no, right?
Sure.
But in general, yes, 100% 4.
All right, number 3, news and politics affect your everyday life.
Interesting. I'm actually going to go the other end. I disagree. So I'll probably say a 0.5. Because I don't know the news, like I don't know the senators, the president. I mean, I obviously know who the president is, but I have 0 clue about any of that. I stay out of it. I don't watch any of it because I only want to watch stuff or be part of stuff or spend time and energy on stuff on what I can influence. So if I want to become the president one day and I'm running for election, I'm going to watch all that stuff. But until I am, it doesn't make a difference to me. So does it affect you from like a tax perspective? Sure, right? But you can leave the country if you want to leave the country and don't play that, if you hate it that much. So yeah, I mean it only controls you if you let it.
Yeah, perfectly said. Number 4, taking radical responsibility for your life is necessary if you want to be successful.
Oh yeah, that's a 5.
Yeah.
Like one of our core values in the company is extreme ownership, right? It's like, so yeah, you're responsible for everything. You're responsible for your actions. You're responsible for where you are in your life. And if you don't accept that, like every high achiever understands that.
Time is a more important asset than money.
Yeah, 100%. That's a 5. I mean, it's like, I mean, there's no argument there because the one thing you'll look back on when you're dying and 80, 90, 100 years old, however long you live to, is the time part, right? So I'm always doing what I can to collapse time because I want to impact the world, but I want to do it as young as possible because I want to see my impact live, right? There's no good, like, to me, the saddest part probably of life would be to create something great and then pass away a week later because you don't get to see your own thing come to life.
You never know what horrible fate your bad luck has saved you from.
That's a good one. Never know how much. Yeah, I mean, for sure. And this is like perspective, right? So I would say the grading there is, I definitely agree. Probably a 4, 3.5. I definitely agree. I don't think about it much because I'm very like on to the next thing. So it's like bad luck sucks. What did I learn from it? Okay, I've like brushed it off and moved on, right? And that's
it happened. Now what?
Yeah. Because you can't change until there's a time machine. There's no point dwelling on it. If there's a time machine gets invented, then dwell on it and decide if you want to go back and fix it, right?
Right.
But again, it's a control thing. I'm a control freak, so if I can't control it, which I can't at this point because it's done, right? How do I resolve it, learn from it, and then go forward?
You can do anything you put your mind to.
Yeah, well, my famous saying is everything's possible when you open your mind, and that's like what I learned from, I think, being around pro athletes my whole life, and so it's a 5.
All MLMs are pyramid schemes.
It's hard for me to I'm going to go neutral there because I say a 3 because I don't know enough about all of them to make a comment, and I don't like to make uneducated blanket statements. But there's obviously, like anything in life, I'm a believer of good and bad. I'm sure there's some good, sure there's some bad.
Yeah. All right, lastly, here we go. Aliens exist.
I don't know if I could grade that on a number. I probably don't. I'm a scientist, so I'm probably going to go lower on the spectrum of 1 or 2. But I do believe I like to believe there's something out there that we've not discovered yet.